go. Another day, another dollar. Welcome back, Collectin and Connectin family. We are here with episode 106. I'm one of your hosts, Banana Bank Mac. I'm here today with everybody's favorite Utah Jazz fan, our boy Coultin. What's up?
Woo! What's up? Thank you.
He's back, guys. And our mate's back. Oh, sorry, I'm saying mate. We've had a few Australians on the show. It's getting rowdy around here. Steve, welcome back. How are you?
I'm great. How are we?
We are living life.
Dude, we're hyped. We're hyped to secure you. You're a hard guest to get a hold of, hard guest to pin down. But we've had some good luck, like you said, with our Australian friends lately.
Oh yeah, that JJL episode was a good one too. I watched that one.
It's something the time zones work out really well. It's really easy to book
or
them.
terribly.
Yeah,
it's either really great or really bad. It's great for watching NBA games. It can be really bad if you want me up in your morning time, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. We were just talking in the green room, if you will. The three of us get to meet in person for the first time.
Oh yeah.
In just a few weeks in Las Vegas, Nevada. I said it here first. I said, Nicole, we are going to be at Summer League. And we're going to be there. Just like that.
We made it happen, guys.
Yeah, we did.
It left the group chat.
You guys have been locked and loaded for a while now, right? You were like, we're going, we're booked. You guys were well into it and organized.
We got on top of it.
You got to be, yeah. Well, this is going to be Banana's first time flying.
Amazing.
So we had...
I was not dabbing. That was a plane, but we'll go with that.
I saw that in the last episode too. I was like, oh, she's bringing back the dab. Good for her.
No, that was a plane. But
that's a choice. Banana dabbing Mac.
I'm gonna bring it back, honestly, nice. At this point.
Yeah, it's probably due. Let's be honest.
Okay, so what's it called when you admit something? An admission. I live pretty close to Vegas, but I've never been to Summer League. I've only been to the Salt Lake Summer League because I've never felt super inclined to go to Vegas when Utah hosts four teams, the Jazz, the Grizzlies, the Thunder, and the 76ers. So I always catch that, but I've never gone down to Vegas. I'm very excited. I'm not a partier. I drink a lot of water and Coke Zero. I'm too poor to gamble, as is Banana. We talked about that. We both smell broke. So, Steve, I want to hear what some of your, I don't want to say favorite Summer League memories are, but what kind of describes Summer League to a couple of Summer League noobs?
Yeah, it's it kind of, I understand your perspective of like underrating it, I guess. But when you're there, it really doesn't matter because the basketball is like at a level of sort of like the NBA or G League. It's talent. The really cool thing about Summer League, as far as the basketball is concerned, is it's in the Thomas and Mack Center, which has an adjacent arena, much smaller. I think it's the Cox Arena. And it's sort of like a high school gym. So it's very close, very intimate. And like you could be one row back from Mark Cuban or something like that. And it's just not a big deal. It's just like, it is what it is. And they'll sign autographs. Like they're generally always really cool about it as well. Like kids will come up to them and players and sign autographs and everyone's there. It's like the biggest networking event for the NBA. Potentially outside of the All-Star weekend, but those two are the two sort of networking pillars. And so everyone is there. So like if you don't see an NBA player, you're not in Las Vegas. Like if you don't see an NBA personality. So you're just going to see personalities, execs, players. They're going to be everywhere. And you in the Cox Arena, you can get really, really close to them. And it's like not a big, I think JJL told a story. Like we were watching some games and Joe Ingles was there and he yelled out to them and we got a photo with Joe Ingles because he's a nice human being and he came over and took a photo with us. But also because you're really close, you see the pace of the game. It's like courtside seats. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can't keep up with that. That's really fast. These guys are legitimate athletes. So you see that really in person as well. So it's a good atmosphere, especially when you got a Cooper flag or Wemby to look at, or someone gets hot, the crowd gets just as hype as they do at an NBA game. So it's a good vibe. So from the basketball side, like, it's actually a lot of fun. And then, like, a couple of years later, you'll start seeing people, pardon me, that you saw at Summer League, like Duop Reith, and then he gets a contract. You're like, oh yeah, sweet. I saw him, and I saw him do really well at Summer League, and now it's sort of paid off. Or Jalen Hardy, we saw a couple of years ago or a year ago for the Mavericks. So you see a lot of sophomores play as well, and sort of take that next step, because they generally only do 1 or 2 summer leagues, and then they're too cool for it to play, or they're not allowed. I'm not sure. So yeah, you see probably Cooper Flag in the first weekend, I reckon. And you might see his first points, his first appearance in that uniform, and then we'll see sort of other people as well that might catch you by surprise, and then they'll appear later in the NBA, and you're like, oh, I remember that person. I'll have to look at my photos and see that roster of the scoreboard to confirm that. So there's a lot of those aha moments as well later after Summer League, where you realize that you actually saw a lot of these players. So from a basketball perspective, that's kind of what it's like. From a sort of Top Shot perspective, it's just like a lot of people in one place, probably more than ever, regarding, unless there's like a specific massive community event, there's just a lot of people in one place, a lot of basketball fans, sickos, whatever you want to call us. And that alone is really fun and really valuable.
That's what I'm super excited for. Is like, I've been to 2 All-Star weekends, and they're awesome. They're cool to attend in person, but it's a lot of people that are just like I was in an Uber last time in SF, and like sharing an Uber with these random ladies that like just got tickets. They don't know. It was just like the thing to do. You know what I mean? So they're like, yeah, we're going. It's going to be fun. Like, they don't know one player. You know what I mean? And where, Summer League, it's like the sickos. The sickos pull up.
And you might not know one player as well. Like I mentioned JJL, like we were there and he knew a lot of players and be like, oh, he'd be from such and such state. I have no idea about this because I'm from Australia. I don't care where they went to university or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, like these things kind of stick with you as well. You're like, oh, that guy looks good. I'll remember that. So it's actually quite fun to watch, even though you don't know the players, because it's still at that level. It's entertaining. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped. I'm hyped for like the random, like outside of the arena, like we're playing craps and we see whoever, walk by. Like, I'm excited for those random sightings. So that'll be pretty funny.
Yeah, depends where you are, because they all stay at different places. But yeah, you can definitely find them. Like I said, if you don't see a player, you're not actually there. You're probably in the wrong place. You definitely will.
You went to Fremont. Yeah, he went to Circus. He went to Circus. What I was going to ask you, did you catch? So there's obviously a ton of games. Were you able to, like, when you go, are you like satisfied with the amount of games you get to watch? Do you wish you got more? Is it too much?
I think everyone's different. So 2 years ago was the Wemby year. I didn't see the Friday night game, but that ended up being a blessing in disguise because he played better on the Sunday. He was a bit of he didn't really do well on the Friday. That was the year that they had NBA Con as well. So I was kind of like working the whole thing all day, every day, but managed to sneak away for the Sunday night games. And so, yeah, that was more than satisfying. The year later, I think, I think even after that, like, we stuck around for the Monday and watched a bunch of games after most people sort of bounced after the first weekend. So you can see as many games as you want. And the beauty about, again, those adjacent arenas, if you're not like feeling this game, you can just bounce and go to the next game and pick your seat. And you can swap between, because they sort of alternate. At halftime, the other one would start. At full time, the other one's at halftime. So you can sort of bounce and just catch the second half of every game or something if they're good. And chase the players that you want to watch or the teams that you want to watch. If you just want to watch the Jazz play, you can do that. And so yeah, I think very satisfied. But you can also like mix it up and not sort of tie yourself down. Yeah.
What's the? I mean, maybe this is out there. What's the earliest game? Do you know?
I think it's like 4 p.m. So I think they have I could be wrong, but in past years it's been like Friday night, maybe from 7. Then the Saturday, Sunday they start maybe from like 4.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
That
pretty.
sounds right. Yeah.
I guess no one gets up before 4 in Vegas or in the morning. I'm not sure, but it's pretty good vibe because again, you got like 2 going at once at every time, so it's
Right.
easy.
It's a good time.
That's awesome. I'm
I'm
pumped.
debating bringing my gold TopShot ball to get signed. I'm having like a difficult time deciding if I bring my prized possession with me.
Because one of the collectors will steal it.
I don't know. Someone can mug me. I've never been on a plane.
They are a collector's item these days. There's not many left. I don't think we've got many left. We've maybe got a couple. That's about it.
If you don't bring it, I will never record with you again.
Classic overreaction.
Like,
what? No, it's dumb to not bring it. Getting shit signed is so cool. Like I got my Gary Payton autograph on my my All-Star Weekend basketball. Like it's cool.
It is cool.
And you're gonna see people to sign it. And if you don't see any players, have collectors sign it, like what I'm doing with this thing.
Not a bad idea. I've it in like a glass case. Like this thing's like.
Well, maybe don't have collectors sign it then. It's probably too nice for that. But
I have a bunch of NBA players and like one collector, just Coultin. Yeah. It's like what?
Yeah.
17 collectors and one NBA player. No, I know it's on here somewhere. Keontae George, right there. Yes.
Look how valuable it is. Who doesn't
no, bring it for sure.
Yeah,
bring it for sure.
We gotta see if I have room in the luggage. You know, I've never packed a suitcase to fly, guys.
There might not be room for the athletes to sign it after all the collectors sign it.
Yeah,
I just need a second one. Steve, you can pack one in a suitcase for me.
All right, I'll hack into the system and see what we got left.
Yeah, Steve.
And look, you have all day today because it's like 7 a.m. for you. You have a whole day to work on it.
Yeah, it's easy. All day.
What else is going on?
Do you think that I forgot to text him? Well, Rohan will be down there, don't you think?
I actually don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he is though.
Yeah.
But I actually haven't double checked with him.
Yeah, I'll text him. I keep saying
fair.
I'll FaceTime afterwards.
I don't have Rohan's number, just so we're all clear. So yeah, there are going to be a lot of collectors there, and I do want as many collectors as I can to get to sign this thing. So if you're watching this and you haven't already told me that you're going to be there, please let me know so that you can link up. Now, we do have a pickup game scheduled. Our friend Dos Minutos, he secured a gym, so we're going to be playing some pickup. I'm not going to share the details just yet because I better clarify some things with him first, but I think there's going to be a pickup game to be had. Nicole is going to dunk on my head.
That's our halftime show, Coultin. Come on. Come on. Don't give it away. We're bringing in a little tyke scoop. It's going to be wild, guys. Nobody's going to be ready.
One time I was playing pickup with a dude that could dunk, and he didn't look like he would be able to dunk. He looked kind of like me, like average looking dude. He was probably 6'1", maybe 6'2", but he could dunk. I was like, bro, you got to just yam one on me, and I'll have my buddy film it.
Oh, you want to get dunked on?
Yeah. I mean, have you ever been dunked on?
Not dunked on, no, actually.
No, right.
It's weird. I play in like a league. Actually, no, I was going to say I play in an over 30s league, but I don't now. We changed. And now sometimes you play up against like kids, like just out of school type thing.
Yeah.
Like wooing and cheering. And it's so satisfying beating them. Like they're all
Yeah.
chirpy at the start, but they're not so chirpy when they start getting down to like people that are older than them, like I am, and it's very satisfying.
Yeah, I wanted this dude to dunk on me. I filmed it. I put it on my Instagram. I mean, I was like trying to block it, but I told him like I'm not gonna block it, but I want to go up. I was like, make sure I feel it. Like, make it suck.
I've only ever been able to dunk in a game via cheating. So we used to run this play where like someone on our team would get on all fours in the key, and I'd run and do two-step and jump off their back and get that extra boost and then slam it. Sometimes they would call a travel. Sometimes the refs would be too confused to know what to do. 2 points, then eat that.
Bro, that's mad dangerous. But if you were my opponent and I saw it, like, dude, I would be so mad. I'd be like, that's just disrespectful.
I'd be like, are we playing with the damn Globetrotters right now? Like,
you what?
I'd be like, are we playing with the Globetrotters right now? Like, what is going on?
So
it's a good play.
Steve, you probably cannot just like I didn't want to share any details. Yes or no? Do you think Top Shot will have some type of event or activation or hangout?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
That's all we need. That's all
like
we
I
need.
Said, Summer League, like moving away from the basketball side that we were talking about before, it's like for me about the people, like they're just there, whether it's obviously the NBA players and execs, and obviously for a lot of people they're out of reach, but you know, it's fun to be around. But also like just NBA fans, you'll find a lot of podcasters go there. They'll have their own events. It's really fun. You'll find everything around the NBA is there, but also, again, obviously, the Top Shot community are there. Like all the deep basketball fans that always sort of have this culture of going to Vegas. And I feel like it's kind of like building. It's always been really good vibes, but it's become something that's almost tradition at this point where like there's just a lot of collectors there at Summer League, and it's just fun to be around. And we don't always need like the extravagant thing like NBA Con to make that a really cool thing. We just need a place to be and to get together, and it's really sound, and I love it.
Yeah.
I had FOMO every year. Going on Twitter, seeing all the fun in Vegas, and every year I was like, I gotta get there.
Same.
Yeah,
and that's the goal. Let's just get together and have some fun.
Hell yeah.
We have a good year. We're gonna have an exciting draft class. I think it's gonna be an exciting year to go watch.
That's what I'm hyped for. Is that we have a good draft. This year's draft. Every time I look at like mock drafts for like the first round, like dudes in the 20s would have been taken like 8th last year.
Yeah,
roughly. You know what I mean? Like this draft is so stacked. So I'm so excited for the Jazz. See who they pick. I got something tells me they're going to move up. I don't know. Something tells me something's happening. Brian Windhorst the other day on ESPN, like said the Jazz are trying to heat things up. By the time this airs, they'll probably.
Yeah, he's been talking up the offseason lately. He's been saying that things are about to go wild.
Yeah.
So we're all kind of waiting for the things to happen. So who knows? That might make fresh threads interesting.
Right? If KD ends up on the Wolves.
Well, KD's going to be somewhere. But I mean, KD's kind of like the Ben Simmons rumors at the moment right now, because he's like, there's all these like things that are clearly being put out there, like not interested in this, not interested in that. And then, I don't know, obviously him and Ant Edwards have a close connection, but he's not interested in Minnesota. I don't know what the vibe is.
Yeah, I know.
As long as he doesn't end up a Raptor, it's okay with me. If he ends up a Raptor,
that was one of them.
Yeah.
What? I would love if he played for the Jazz.
The real winners of the offseason are like the Photoshop artists, really. Putting all the players in the different jerseys.
No, I want the Raptors to pick up Giannis if they're going to pick someone up. He is our GM, right? So like, that's the trade rumor I like. I don't like.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I'm a KD hater in general, so.
Yeah, KD.
Be over here.
Wait, you are or you are not a KD hater?
I am. I'm not a KD fan.
That's okay. That's like the first time we've disagreed on a player hatred, but
Well,
I love
normally
KD, but I think his career is a bit messy now because he's been on so many teams.
So
Like,
many.
you compare that legacy to someone like Steph, and it just doesn't compare because of that. It's probably the modern NBA, and maybe I'm a bit of a loyalist, but yeah, I think it's a bit muddy now.
I agree. It's hard to in 10 years when we think back on KD, like with legends, you pin them, you tie them to the team, like Karl Malone played for the Lakers for a year, but nobody thinks about that. It's just Karl Malone in a Jazz jersey, Vince in a Raptors jersey.
Forgotten threads.
Yeah, forgotten threads. New set. Who dis?
Yeah.
Mello in a. Do you guys think of Mello in a Nuggets or a Knicks jersey?
Overall?
Yeah, like right now I say Carmelo Anthony.
I would say Knicks.
Yeah, Nuggets for me. But
when you say Mello, I also think LaMelo Ball and not Carmelo. I know. I'm that generation.
That's valid. What was it?
Concentrate, Coultin. Let's go.
Okay. No, when you said, Steve, about it being muddy with how many teams KD's been on.
That's what it was.
That he hasn't made it, like the Suns even go through playoffs this year. It's like it's not like he's on these teams where they're like going to the conference finals, and even if he doesn't make it, you're like, okay, well, they're making it far.
Right.
So, like,
I mean, the West is tough though. Like, you got Wemby's team that didn't even make the play-in this year. I mean, look out.
That team was scary.
Durant on the East was pretty formidable with the Nets, and obviously they underachieved, but like the expectations were right there. So yeah, I don't know. The West is just tough at the moment. Like, good luck.
I mean, it doesn't help that they keep trading and stacking the West.
Right.
Trade benefits of West lately.
What team will people remember KD on?
Well, that's the problem. That's kind of the point I was making. Like,
yeah, right.
Everything from the Sonics to like even the Warriors, he won championships, but did he make his legacy there? I don't really think though, because they won championships before and after. And so, yeah, it's hard. Like, he had a real chance in Brooklyn probably to cement something, but ever since then he's been kind of bounced around a little bit. So it's kind of sad to see, I think, because he's so good. Thunder as well, he had like a real opportunity there, but the way he left kind of burnt some bridges. So yeah, it's kind of sad to see if someone that good probably won't get that recognition he deserves historically.
Right.
Yeah.
Banana banking hater.
I am a hater. KD and friggin' Draymond Green.
Oh, that's right. I'm like one of the supporters of Draymond Green, and you guys are the biggest haters.
Yeah. You're a Warriors fan, though.
I am.
Okay.
But I actually, his stuff isn't like totally measurable. He's a total jerk sometimes, obviously, and an idiot. You're like, why did you get that tech foul or that flagrant?
Yeah, right.
Why is your arm going in that direction into that person's face? But he does a lot of things on defense. I think he was warranted to get Defensive Player of the Year, top 3, whatever it is. He didn't win the award. That's totally fine, but up there. I think that's probably where you see his benefit, and we'll leave it at that.
I just can't do the WWE, like I'm assuming any Draymond fan's a fan of like Fight Club and all that.
That would be fun. Hey, Brunson and Halliburton did it. Draymond Green would be perfect for it.
Malone and Rodman did it too.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Rodman did it and his team didn't even know about it though.
That checks. Yeah, that tracks.
Just turn on the TV. Where's he's on the WWE. That makes sense. No wonder we couldn't find him.
The rumor there's the rumors that when they were in the finals, I think it was when they were in the finals. I mean, it was common knowledge that they would fly to Vegas from Salt Lake during the finals in 98 and 97 because it's like a 45-minute flight. But I swear there's a story where Dennis, like MJ had to go down and get him.
Yeah, that was the start of the Last Dance season, 98. And Scotty was out. Dennis played really well to be like the second guy. Scotty came back. Dennis needed a break. So they let him have a break. Jordan was like, "You let him go to Vegas, he ain't coming back." So he goes to Vegas and he didn't come back, and Jordan had to drag him out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's obviously more to that story, but I'm not going into
I would love to see Dennis Rodman in Las Vegas.
Yeah, he's the only guy who is like friends with Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin as well. Like just the random achievements he has is unbelievable.
That's a resume builder right there.
I need his Lego. I really need his Lego. That's an underrated moment. His newest. That's And Steve, you've told me. I don't know if many people know the lore behind that moment. Just the Jordan lore.
Oh, the Jordan's on the court of that one, I think.
Yeah.
And that's the first moment where Jordan's on the court and it actually made it to product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're a true Jordan diehard, why don't you own 10 of those moments? Come on, guys.
Because if you don't watch your moments or watch moment by moment, you miss out on these things, right?
I need to do that set because those sets don't get the love that they deserve.
It's just because
there's a few moments like that where they've got hidden Easter eggs. Some people have figured it out, some people haven't. But yeah, there's a few moments like that where like you really dive into like the stories or the lore, as you say. It's interesting.
I was wondering about. I wanted to pull it up, but I just fat fingered everything. Do you think? You don't know the answer to this. We're just friends. We're just talking. You're not a Dapper employee. This is like guy to guy, not guy to Dapper employee. I'm being serious. Do you think Michael Jordan will ever be on Top Shot?
Yeah, I think he will one day.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like next Tuesday, probably.
Now it's not guy to guy, is it?
No, but
this is how you reel him in.
That's awesome to hear you say.
At a certain point, what's the old slogan? It used to be like the greatest moments in NBA history. At a certain point, you need those guys.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what we'll fight for.
Is that now? I mean, I pull back the curtain a little bit for some of our viewers. I was advocating like hell to get John Stockton on Top Shot, and I know that there was a specific. Am I okay to share this?
I don't know. Probably not. I'll ask forgiveness later.
Okay. Well, I won't share too. I just know that there was a specific moment that Top Shot was hoping to mint, but my boy John just wasn't down.
Yeah, look, there are some players you cannot get. Like I think classic example is Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
He's not in any games. He's not in any of those things. It's kind of like his ethos. Very hard to get name, image, likeness for. So run it back is like traditionally a whole different sort of set of challenges because you're dealing with a different retired players association, if that, or name, image, likeness rights. People that aren't in the current NBA, NBPA. John Stockton's also a weird one in the fact that like he's like Phil Jackson off grid. He's hard to find.
Yeah.
So you've got to find him and get him.
Yep.
And so I think last year was close, but it didn't quite get there. So yeah, that's kind of what happened.
And I'm not going to give up. I've DM'd multiple people that are connected to John. He has a podcast. He's very interested in like, I don't know if you say like conspiracy theory stuff. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, like phones give off radiation. Don't put it to your head type stuff.
I mean, that's just common sense.
Yeah. Wait, what? There was some anti-vaxxer stuff that he was on about. So anyways, he has this podcast that's all about this stuff. So I've been like trying to reach out to his producer. I wrote this really long love letter explaining how much it would mean to 75 different people, because that's probably the mint count that it would be. I didn't say that part, but yeah, it's tricky. And I think a lot of something that I think Top Shot, I don't know how you would share this, but I think a lot of people don't realize that kind of stuff. Like that there's more to it than just, oh, we didn't think of that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we didn't think to put Kobe Bryant on here. Like, why don't you guys just say something? So I don't know how you like spread that information, but yeah, sometimes I think people would be surprised how much goes into it.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. I have a lot of thoughts on like the people we're talking about, and I'm very passionate about it. So I kind of won't dive deep into it, but probably the best thing to say is that I'm just as passionate about it as probably the people who would listen. And I think it's just a matter of when.
Yeah, just lock them down.
That's pretty badass. Firing from the hip here. Do you know if Reggie Miller is similar to Sir Charles?
He's not quite that bad, but he's not easy. It's probably the best way to put it.
Gotcha. I'll talk to him in Vegas. I bet he'll be down
there. He's a great one too, though. Like so many good moments. And just like I actually really enjoy listening to him as a commentator, to be honest.
Same. There's a lot of Reggie haters. I love Reggie. He would be a dope one to get to like Larry voice over the moment. Like, dude, if Reggie could get pinned down for that would be so good.
He'd be cool for a meet and greet too.
He was on a podcast recently, I think, with Mark Jackson. A lot of really good clips came out of that. Yeah, I could listen to him talk about hoops for quite a while.
Yeah, same. I'm excited for now. You got me like I'm not like hyped for Run It Back now. Like, can we get you don't have Run It Back Alpha, but I want Run It Back like now.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's definitely too early to run it back. I thought you were pushing it with Summer League, but yeah, I think the goal would be to just be something simple and fun if we whatever we do. So yeah, we'll see.
Do you have dude? I got a question for you that I know people want the answer to, or just me. Why is Tyrese's choke not in his moment?
So sometimes, like we work with the NBA and the NBPA, and every single moment goes through both. And so, like sometimes there's even been I think there was a dunk in the NBA Finals a couple of years ago. I think maybe it was not Keldon Johnson, the other Johnson, and it was a massive dunk on someone else. And dunks are a classic example of it was a Phoenix guy, but he got traded to to Brooklyn. Cameron? No, I'm genuinely blanking, which is embarrassing. It wasn't Bridges. It was the guy traded with him.
Okay, yeah.
I can picture his face.
Was it Payne? Cameron Payne?
No, not Payne. He's on the Knicks now. Anyway, big, massive dunk. And everyone wondered why it wasn't in the finals set, or at least any set. And dunks are a classic example. Like there's a lot of throwdowns out there, like the Anthony Edwards one on John Collins. Sorry to bring that up.
No, it's a banger.
It's a banger, but it was in real danger because it was all over John Collins. And so it's almost like putting John Collins in disrepute because he's so wildly embarrassed. But that's the sport. That's what happens. That's what happens in the game. And, obviously it gets promoted on social. And so anyway, back to the point, every moment goes through both the partners to be approved. And sometimes they don't quite get through both the partners to get approved.
That makes sense.
Makes sense, but it sucks.
So like The Edwards on John Collins Throwdown Master Challenge Reward, Series 23-24 NBA Top Shot Throwdowns, mint count 299.
PSA.
John Collins never hears of this, right? It's just people speaking on behalf of what they think John Collins might say, or the Knicks.
No, it's the, and this is probably getting a bit too deep, but it's like the association protecting its players.
Yeah,
which is fair enough.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like there are things that they should be protected against. In a static collectible, you don't have to worry about that. It's like a static picture. There's what matters is the attributes and the mint counts and the quality.
Yeah.
Whereas with the video highlights, there's that extra dimension of everything else and what's actually in it.
Right.
And so they we obviously get them edited through the NBA as well, which we work with them on. And where we would say, like, if it's legendary, like we want the phantom cam treatment and the full experience. If it's common, it'll be like the base sort of edit. So all of these things come into consideration, and like I said, they get approved by both. They're actually really great. Like, they work with us a lot on stuff, and we go back and forth a lot. And I mean, you guys have both done this with editing clips. Like, editing is just a time suck, and so we have a number of editors who really help us out. And I think actually you've seen in the last couple of years, the quality of the edits have gone up quite a lot.
It's ridiculous.
And they're almost like a story. Like, they would enter the arena, like the build up, the hypes. Luka's Lakers debut, or the one in Dallas, is a great example. Like, there's like from start to end, you sort of see the real. So I think they've improved quite a lot, and that's honestly credit to them.
Yep. No, I agree. Go ahead, Nicole.
You watch a series 1 moment compared to like this year's, insane.
Yeah.
Like, the quality's gone amazing, and the thumbnails. It's the thumbnails for me. I buy moments over that.
Yep.
Yeah, the thumbnails are really fun when they come good like that. They have definitely improved as well.
Yeah, the over the backboard looking down cam thumbnails are tough.
Yeah. I think maybe I should take this away, but like some of them are like poster worthy as well. Like, they're just, some of those shots are so good. Like the ones you're describing.
The Karl Anthony Towns legendary this year.
Yeah.
That thumbnail's sick because of the court. That's
it looks so good. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping to see from Top Shot, like in the future. I know people are working on this, but like the thumbnail is so cool to be able to just have like as a JPEG on your phone lock screen, or like on your digital picture frame. Like, just the thumbnail alone is so dope.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Coultin wants that lock screen bad.
I don't think it's just me. I think a lot of people would be really excited about that.
It would be cool.
I think like a few features like launching as well. And I think I remember that your podcast with Roham about like the lock screen and stuff. So I think that's definitely worth bringing back up. But also like the social shareability that you talk about a lot, there's a lot of validity in that. So I think even as early as maybe by the time this thing comes out, there's going to be some feature launches which might help.
That's freaking awesome.
That'd be sweet. Get some new features so we can go flex them in Vegas on the strip and force everyone who meets us to join Top Shot, like a little cult. And we're gonna make them join us as we go down the strip. So it'll start as me and Coultin, and by the time we're halfway through, we'll have like a group of 50, and they'll be chanting Top Shot. We got a whole game plan, Steve.
Who, by the way, going back to the editing department, I feel like every time I'm like falling asleep, I turn the game off, and I see a tweet that's like, Jalen Williams 40-piece masterpiece incoming tonight. I'm like, damn, I'm sorry to whoever is up. Like, go to bed.
Yeah, well, I guess we're lucky. We've got we kind of play down like my time zone a lot. Like because you sickos like stay up late and basically stay awake in Australian time anyway. And so you're all night owls degenning or whatever you want to call it, watching games. That said, also like, yeah, we have a couple of guys over in my time zone who help out with that kind of thing as well to get it over the line. But yeah, there's a lot of hardworking people internally that are just so passionate about the product as well as their work life, where they will stay up well beyond hours to launch something like that, amongst other things.
It's freaking awesome. Like, I don't think that can be like understated. Like, you see it and then you're thinking about buying it an hour later. Because when
we actually want to get it a lot quicker. Like, we're identifying like a lot of things that we can improve. Like it's like talking about push-ups, right? That's not going to grow a muscle, but like forcing ourselves to do an instant moment.
Yeah.
I think the first one we did took ages. Now I think we got the best done in like 1 hour. And so now we're like, cool, how do we get it right down to, whatever it is? And so actually doing the push-ups in that sense has really helped a lot this finals.
Yeah. I wonder, I mean, there's so much you could do with knowing ahead of time too. Like next season when the rookies are about to play their first game, like knowing, I don't know, but then your pack cadence is all screwed up.
And that's what always the fun part about rookie debut is. It's like the one time on Top Shot, X player is going to get a moment, like unless they don't play like a DMP or something. But like if Cooper Flag is fit, he's playing opening night or second night, whatever it is. And so that's when collectors, I think this was championed by Veerman a few years back. He would have this chart where, you'd buy tickets in the moment zone. Yeah. So you're in the broadcast angle. So you would guarantee to be in the moment and all fun stuff like that. I always really enjoy seeing people do that, getting tickets to the first game, because that's, again, the one time that a moment will 100% be minted and you can get into the moment.
Yeah, I'm in Edie's Top Shot debut.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
And he had like a decent like show out. Like, to be fair, Grady Dick's my favorite player, who put up 0.0 rebounds and 1 assist. His Top Shot debut stat line's a little like meh. It's a bit of a sad stat line.
That's how Isaiah Collier's is the same way. I think it's 0.001.
Yeah, you're like,
that's
not the greatest show out.
It's a stat. Yeah, it's a stat though.
And he was a fast break gem come like halfway through the season.
Yeah. And every draft has that, right? Like if drafting was easy, there wouldn't be so many examples of like how every team has messed up a draft in their history. And every year there's like a lottery or second round pick or a 30th pick that just catches everyone by surprise and turns out to be, all right, if you do a redraft, he's actually like number 2. So it must be hard, and everyone's got an opinion on it, and it's a varied opinion no matter who you ask. So every draft's got their surprise.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm looking. Yeah, there was actually multiple moments minted from the first Jazz game of the season last year. There were like 4 moments minted from that game. So I got my own like little moment reel from one game.
Jazz had 3 rookies, right?
Well, Memphis has I can't remember which Memphis rookie got him besides Edie. I think there's a Larry Markkanen has an MGLE. Anyways, we're in the sticks, no one cares, but but it's cool to go to, like you said, it's fun to go. And I was talking to Frampton, he's like, we're going again, dude, opening night, like we're there. So I need another bright Top Shot shirt.
Highlighter.
You can see my Top Shot shirt in the Edie debut.
Yeah, didn't you post that on X? Yeah,
I posted it on MySpace. Yep. And you're in my top 8.
On MySpace. There we go. Tell me you've been around without telling me you've been around.
So Summer League's coming. The 3 of us are going to be there. We're going to try to figure out a way to do some sort of a recording there. Maybe it will be live. Maybe it won't be. Maybe you'll be able to join us. Maybe you won't. I don't know. I'm pumped. I'm excited to meet people in person that I've talked to a lot on X. I'm excited to watch games. I'm a basketball fiend, but like the games aren't even what I'm most excited for. I don't know if I should admit that. Like I'm really excited to watch the Jazz rookie, whoever it is, but like beyond that, like I'm just excited to go and like meet collectors that I've talked to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's tough making the connection between the face and the avatar or the handle, but that's honestly the best bit. Like it's just talking to like-minded people because we're so spread out geographically, right? Like we're all over the country, all over the world. And then to have that sort of group in one place, you know, you both know what it's like about engaging with people who haven't understood the concept of digital collectibles yet, but to have everyone in one place that does understand that, it's a different conversation, it's a different vibe, and it's a lot of fun.
It's going to be, I don't know.
It really is fun. Like when I go to IRLs and we're talking about moments, or like in Vegas at the Cup, like the game's on, but like me and Thunder Hour, and it's the Thunder are playing, but we're talking about like moment, like S2 commons, like it's fun, man. You just like there's something
it's
about
a different
it.
History.
Yeah, just being able to talk to people about these ridiculous, and shout out Thunder Hour, who I know is excited about his Thunder team right now, but that man is a walking thesaurus dictionary of moments. Like I'm gonna have him on one of these days and just like quiz him, and it's funny. He's
been on a few times now. I think he's been at every game as well. He's definitely, as he should, been living it up.
Yeah, I know. I think he has been to every finals game. I need to ask him. But anyways, to your point, it is fun to talk about moments with people that get it.
Yeah. Moments and everything that's going on within the ecosystem, like our grails on floaty.
Yes.
Just everything.
And my pinnacle keys that I keep getting.
Yeah.
You know, there's only 100,000 of these, honey. I've got a shot.
It's also like really valuable for us because like I think I've said to you guys before, I find more value in listening than just like hearing myself talk. And then there's a lot of people to listen to in one place in Summer League. And so it's like a lot of good ideas get generated from there in person. Like, oh man, I wish I could just click on that and it would take me to the serial. I think that happened recently on the edition page. And I was like, oh yeah, obviously let's do that. And then the next day it happened. Not all things are that easy, but it's like, I wish I could do X, Y, Z. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's chase that down. And like, if it's an obvious thing and all in agreement, like, you know, we need to build it because essentially we're building for you anyway. Right. And so, those sort of things are really valuable to us as well when you're sort of listening to the collectors and their behaviors.
Yeah. Well, and it's easy for it to start coming out because when you're with your coworkers, it's like, it's different. And I'm over here in Utah, like, you know, there's a few of us, but we don't, it's rare to be able to get together like that and chop it up about our moms.
Yeah, it used to be different. Like before we had a collect policy, like a Dapper employee collect policy where we couldn't sort of buy or sell or anything like that. Now we can, so we can experience the bugs live as they happen with you. And a lot of things get identified that way. So that's really valuable. But yeah, like just because we can collect doesn't mean we encounter every single scenario. We get close, but like if there's always something niche that can happen or a stuck listing or something like that needs to be addressed. So yeah.
That always killed me the most, stuck listing. Nothing disappoints me more, honestly. I haven't had that in a while now that you said it.
I've never had that.
I had it with rookie debuts. I think it was beginning of this year or last year, one of them. And like every time I tried to buy it, it wouldn't work the floor.
You know what makes me and Nicole mad, Steve? Maybe you can talk to somebody about this.
Draymond Green?
Besides Draymond Green. Final closing thought. I got $2 in my Dapper wallet. I want to buy a $5 moment. Let me charge my Visa for $3 and the 2 comes from my dapper. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I thought you were going to say, let me make an offer on that $5 moment. And then
With my Visa?
yeah, I mean, yeah, you could, but
You do that? Yeah, that would
I
be
think
sick
I've seen
too.
similar feedback where, like, you know, if I get that offer accepted, I'll get the dapper transferred over via the credit card. But I don't want to do that until I know that they'll accept that offer. So like, there's offers are a different thing altogether.
Yeah,
like, we're begging you to take our money at this point.
yeah.
We're
The offer thing, yeah, that's not as big of a deal to me. But like, I hate when I have $2 and I want this $3 moment, and it's like, I got to deposit $5.
I'm the opposite. I always have to have a buffer. If I get under 100 dapper, I'm like, oh, I'm under 100. Like
100.
If something comes up, I'm like, I need that buffer to like get into the zeitgeist or whatever it is. I'm like,
how would it be?
Yeah. I try to keep $1. So if I buy a 30-cent moment on Floaty, I don't have to use my credit card.
Same. That's
I don't want the credit card evidence either.
And then I got so lazy that then I started flipping the floor of Floaty. So I'll buy it for 28 cents and I list it for 31. I'm like, I'm making 2 cents, but I'm trying to roll it like a fiend.
Respect.
I think I need more of a hobby.
All right. Banana banking Mac. That's why she's the banker.
I'll never forget, but way before I joined TopShot. In fact, at the very start, when I started collecting at TopShot, I was kind of still on the fence. And then things started really, and I was looking at the LeBron No Look 3, and the next day it was $100 dearer, and I went to buy it. And then the bank's like ringing me, like, why are you doing it? Like, is this legitimate? And it's like, yes, hurry up, let it go through.
You don't understand.
Yeah. Like, time is critical here. Like, hurry up. And like because it was in a foreign country, obviously, it was like, not really letting me do it quickly. It was like, no, it's legit. Let it happen. And I always remember that. LeBron No Look 3. That's how I remember it.
My bank now sends me codes every time I make a purchase on Dapper. And I'm not sure if it's like a hint to stop spending money on Dapper or what it is, because it's on repeat. Like if I buy 10 30-cent moments, I have to do this every time.
Ooh.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just started recently. I think they're trying to get me under control or something.
That's rough.
Yeah. Guys, I hate to wrap it up, but we got 3 balls and a get on us. Do you guys have closing thoughts here?
I already said them.
You already said them. You're good.
Just no, looking forward to seeing you all in person and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, I feel that. I can't wait. It's been the best 4 days of my life, guys.
Yeah, I'm a big hug guy, so if you see me, I will probably hug you. Sorry in advance if that's weird. I'm a hug guy. Deal with it.
I'm gonna Google some anti-hugging wearables.
No shirt. I will not hug you if you're sweaty and I can see your nipples.
Wow. Oh, you took it to a different level.
Yeah.
I definitely won't hug you if it's like that. What are you wearing?
That's South Park where he's when he calls Comcast. All right, that's all.
Okay. Anyway, Steve, thank you for coming on again. We really appreciate it. That's a wrap on episode 106 of the Collectin and Connectin pod.
Woo!
Peace out, everyone.